Continuing with March 18th, a live stream. What are other YouTubers who only talk about Watts gonna do when the Watts case ends? I wanted to build a platform, so I admit I used the Watts case, knowing full well it attracts more viewers than anything else. You write about Watts, you get 10 times more viewers than if you write about an unknown case. I'm going to use that platform that Shanann's built for us to help others. I'm going to do cold cases that have been closed down by the police worldwide. I won't drop any case I start, I promise that. I'm just getting paid a little bit of money by you guys. That keeps me going, you know? Keep the channel going. You keep the channel open by giving me some money, 'cause I'm full-time, 18 hours a day. I'm interested in unsolved cold cases, but people have to give me the metadata. You've got to know the case and talk on Skype with me and tell me what you know. Skype interviews will start after the Watts case. It's all thanks to Shanann Rusak. I had to build the platform around the Watts case. That's nearly done. All the others will fade into the background. I won't. I'm here and want to continue growing. Later in the live stream, I had an interesting letter from an expert in geology, and she told me if you mix water with the oil in those tanks, they'll blow up. She is YouTube user Half Rudder. In a subsequent live stream, the live streamer will admit he shouldn't have trusted her. This live stream is gone. Next upload is Chris Watts, Symbols of Love. He analyzes the letters and gives the viewer the meaning behind the stolen words of plagiarized lyrics, the symbolism in his communications with NK. Gone. More Knucklehead Tales. This time, the accomplice in the truck with a cell phone presents unproven conclusions as though they are fact. This is still up and monetized. Next, the live stream about the accomplice with the cell phone gives somewhat of a disclaimer by saying, quote, "What I tell you is a possibility," end quote. I love it when some of the participants' texts survive censorship. Here's one. "I don't agree with you. Not buying it. It's not proof. It could be the wind, etc. It's a very bad recording. You cannot be so sure about it." This is also the episode he suggests that Nicole Kessinger's friend Jim was gay. Lots of gossip. In this episode, the live streamer chastises the participants for greeting each other, saying, "We haven't got time for greeting. Discuss the case only." He mentions the so-called geology expert again, repeating, "Oil mixed with water will blow up the tanks." In this episode, he mentions again that on our team, FBI agents, past and present, unless they're lying. Forensic experts, past and present, unless they're lying. Pathologists, past and present, unless they're lying. Officers in Colorado talking to me, unless they're lying. Next day, March 19th, an English musician joins the social experience. Gone. Followed by another upload, retelling the narrative of Shadow. Nonsense. This is a repeat of past uploads. A 22-minute upload that's all gone. Followed by the late night UK live stream for March 19th. He repeats gossip and insider scam statements. Claims a fan sent the accomplice video to the Weld County DA 500 times. AD responds only to texts from participants that affirm the accomplice scenario and texts about methods of donation. AD announces that he's going to be watching football this coming weekend, March 23rd and March 24th. This March 19th live stream is gone. Next, March 20th, a 12-minute upload, which is a repeat of March 19th. Doorbell cam footage, Officer Coonrob cam footage, repeats the wild conjecture that's included in previous uploads, news of the day images, same stuff as yesterday. Gone. The March 20th live stream with the same name repeats the "I don't watch other channels" meme. Quote, "I want to get the police and yourselves to where I want you to be, where there's no other escape, and I lead you to the light, that there is an accomplice. That's how a salesman works. End quote. He repeats that C.W. was involved in murders, plural, in North Carolina, and that's why they moved to Colorado. He claims he's looked into the accomplice for thousands of hours. He says Nancy Grace is looking at the Gousset case, so it's going to be big. I will look at the Gousset case tomorrow when I finish tonight. Gone. An 8-minute upload on March 21st. Where he claims he has the official papers regarding the house sale. Of course, doesn't show them. A repeat of law enforcement body cam footage and canine search footage. A March 21st live stream, still blaming CW for North Carolina murders, mentions his ancient style of filming was to record the screen, but now he can record directly from YouTube onto a movie program, cut it, do a voiceover, and get it out on his channel in pristine HD. He repeats the divorce proceedings claim, even though that isn't true. March 22nd, an English musician joins the social chat. No crime talk today. Gone. March 22nd, he highlights Melissa Gousset, captures 2 uploads from YouTube that were taken from Melissa Gousset's Facebook. Gone. A March 22nd live stream regarding Carly Gousset. Quote, I'm miles behind, having just been alerted by others to the case. I've just taken on my daughter as my assistant. I've got her taking the female point of view, and I've got her studying the mother, Lindsay, now. End quote. Quote, I don't know the case yet. End quote. Meaning the Carly Gousset case. With regard to the Carly Gousset case, this story is going to break very big in the next 10 days. Promise you. I can see the momentum building behind it. On March 23rd, a live stream moves back into the Watts case. He describes the study group. Quote, I interject some theories and you add your special thoughts. It's not actually the truth. End quote. In this live stream, he mentions Gousset on Dr. Phil on Monday. Quote, I got some big news on that. I'm going to let Dr. Phil have his say. I've got, how can I put this? People inside the case have contacted me because I did so well on the shadows. They reached out to me. I'm inside the case and will be giving you an exclusive on very important people. This March 23rd live stream is after that 13 to 14 hour period where he goes from zero knowledge of the Carly Gousset case to over full, saying he's now inside the Carly Gousset case himself. And part of that 13-hour period, he sleeps. And that 13-hour period begins in the evening on Friday at the start of a weekend in California. These 3 previous uploads are gone. Next is the handprints, footprints, an 8-minute upload. The claim is law enforcement has obtained these handprints and footprints in order to prosecute CW for North Carolina murders and possibly past murders. Monetized under News and Politics. Live stream for March 23rd complains that Travis Moore copyright struck him for a film about Carly Gousset where he used Travis's picture. Claims the upload was March 21st and he took it down. Describes Half Rudder as the expert in geology and still going with that meme that oil and water in those petroleum batteries will cause an explosion. That will soon change though. This is the episode he says he's 100% sure that Tammy Lee watches The Armchair Detective and gives a duping smirk. Someone told me, but I can't prove it. I think she does. I think she does. Also claiming, I'm going to meet Tammy Lee one day. I got a feeling. This is also the episode where he thanks Summer Raines, calling her, quote, an absolute blessing, full-on supporter, unbelievable. This is the episode he also reduces Carly Gousset to her initials and calls her KG. Makes this claim, quote, I have a lot of ex-cops from America that text me. This live stream is gone. Uploads from that YouTube site there Hashtag live PD control New York, New York, an interview with Lindsay Fairley. In this short 3.5-minute re-upload, the guy gives the phone number to call if you have any information about Carly Gousset. The live streamer cuts off the phone number. Gone. Next, for March 24th, clips from Dr. Phil and Nancy Grace regarding Melissa Gousset with voiceover interruptions by the live streamer. Gone. A March 24th live stream. The live streamer is still upset with Travis Moore, who wants to protect his copyrighted work, and lies to the viewer, saying Travis Moore wants to take down his channel. March 24th live stream. He's at his son's house. We hear comments made by them, and the connection is spotty. The live streamer asks, what are these YouTubers going to do when the Watts case ends? This is a frequent question, and we see that he has not ended covering the Watts case. Even today, he announces he's going to be digging into the Carly Gousset case next week. After Dr. Phil, the story's going to go crazy. No real topic for this March 24th live stream. This live stream is gone. Which brings us to a non-monetized news and politics category upload of the red car. That leads into the live stream focusing on the red car. I've put a link in the show notes to a very good explanation of the red car. In this final upload for March 24th, a live stream, more red car accomplice nonsense, and the announcement that Monday, tomorrow, March 25th, we start the Carly Gousset case. The early live stream for March 25th, this is the channel where the red car rumor begins. Today's rendition, Jim, Nicole Kessinger's friend, rented a red car and parked it on the gravel. Therefore, there's an accomplice. I feel he was getting a lot of opposition about the red car nonsense, rightly so, because he starts yelling in anger over this narrative that isn't so well received. He says he's found a third person in the film. Some of his participants in that live stream of March 25th point him to documents in Discovery that will help him understand the red car better. But he ignores all that. He makes a claim, quote, people in Colorado that are close to the case have told me they let NK off, end quote. Gone. Next up, 5-minute upload, Dr. Phil, quote, from now on, Carly Gousset will be our main case as of today, March 25th. Can we find her? People are not happy with the outcome. Interjected with Dr. Phil clips. Gone. Next up, a non-monetized news and politics upload copied from Lucy Harrelson, the August 15th Arvada Park interview. Later, the live stream makes the claim we are inching towards nailing the mistress, but bear in mind she may be innocent. He claims he looked into the background of stepmother Melissa Gousset. I find that doubtful because I don't believe he knows her maiden name. There was a lot of buffering in this episode. He's looking for someone that lives near the Watts house on Saratoga Trail. This is the live stream where he says Nicole Kessinger is in Alaska with her 4 husky dogs. This live stream is gone. He also tells us that Nicole Kessinger is in witness protection. There's no way he could know that. March 26th, a 16-minute upload talking about gray trucks, red cars, new evidence. These are body cam footage images uploaded, Nate's CCTV footage. This may be the start of images of Betty to support the red car on the gravel nonsense. Next is the live stream for March 26th. A lot of confusion about Watts's large gray truck, another small gray truck, and continued confusion over the red car. And the anger is evident. He thinks if he shouts confused speculation, we're going to believe him. Jumps off from this confusion, making the claim that 3 people are involved. Repeats that the police missed so much in this case. Back to the Carly Gousset case. Part 1 has aired with Zach and Melissa on Dr. Phil. He mixes video clips and himself speaking. It's best to just listen to Dr. Phil and Nancy Grace. He feels the police should restart the case from the very beginning and conduct it the way he directs them. Another live stream for March 26th. This material is gone. The Late Night UK live stream for March 26th tells us he didn't want to make any decisions until he saw what Dr. Phil had to say, and that he better wait till he sees what Dr. Phil does with Lindsay. Well, of course, he needs the information. I feel the interest in the Gousset case after 5 months is the cash value due to its national exposure by Dr. Phil and Nancy Grace. His daughter has been working with him over these 5 days. He knows nothing about Sheriff Ingrid Braun, mouths falsehoods to mislead the viewers by saying Ingrid Braun was involved in the Rodney King beat-up case. No, she wasn't. Begins showing disrespect toward Sheriff Braun. We also see in this episode that Freudian slip is an active participant in this impersonation of Lindsay Fairley con. This final live stream for March 26th is gone. Next is March 27th, a 1-minute upload back on the Watts case, followed by the early live stream, moves right into the impersonation of Lindsay Fairley scam. He says the police are useless. This non-content YouTube username, Lindsay Fairley, hasn't been used since March. Today is September 3rd as I speak this. That's 5 months. The live streamer says he got all this information from Facebook, Dr. Phil, the internet. It's news of the day and cannot be copyrighted. This is the episode where the fake Lindsay Fairley in the chat room says that 34-year-old Melissa Gousset went to school with 51-year-old Sheriff Ingrid Braun. This live stream is still available and is monetized. Next on March 27th is a short upload back to the Watts case. Subject matter, the accomplice. Under news and politics, non-monetized. Late Night UK live stream. The impersonation of Lindsay Fairley continues. The first half of this live stream is about the Watts case, and then about the 1 hour mark moves into the impersonation of Lindsay Fairley scam. As this scam begins, he claims, unbeknownst to us, he's been friends with Lindsay Fairley for a while. Quote, I mean, it's a bit of a shock for you all to be, with me today. And Lindsay turns up a day after Dr. Phil. End quote. I didn't want to broach the case of Carly Gousset until our friend Dr. Phil finished with it. Right, because you needed the information. And here's the disclaimer. Lindsay is watching now, but not participating in the chat. Correct, because Lindsay Fairley, the mum of Carly Gousset, isn't in your live stream. It's all a ruse. It's all an impersonation. It's all an act. Cashing in on the exploitation of missing Carly Gousset. This is the episode where the live streamer says write to the FBI, the California State Police, California senators, and ask for a re-investigation from scratch. So in actuality, this Late Night UK live stream is about him rereading the text that the impersonator of Lindsay Fairley put in the earlier live stream, actually claiming he speaks for Carly Gousset's mum. So there's a lot of Lindsay says, Lindsay says, Lindsay says. But the live streamer is doing all the speaking. Near the end, a participant asks the live streamer to ask Lindsay what Carly Gousset's favorite color is. I'll find out. And he texts Lindsay. She takes 9 minutes to answer. And here's what she says, which is her final message in this Late Night UK live stream. Carly loves all colors. So from there, the live streamer dubs her multicolored Carly, making another claim that the Aussie lady is working on a song for Carly. This live stream is monetized and still available. The next day, March 28th, The live streamer claims he's found Nicole Kessinger in Milwaukee, Wisconsin with Jim walking her dog. It's presently winter in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The photo was taken in summer. Green grass, green foliage. Which brings us to the next upload, the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider Con. Still monetized, still available. All of these uploads about this time are under the category of news and politics, and our Supreme Court has ruled that news of the day cannot be copyrighted. There are a few unusual claims made in this live stream. Quote, Lindsay Fairley came to me, end quote. Quote, I've got somebody that lives within 100 yards of the Watts' house, end quote. Quote, one day I'm going to meet Tammy Lee. I have a premonition, end quote. I've got contacts all over the world, different everything. Quote, Lindsay, Carly's mom was on here for like 3 hours yesterday, end quote. This is a true crime channel. I've only done 3 cases. Madeleine McCann, Shanann Rusek, and now I'm moving soon to another one. Poor Carly, poor Carly. The sheriff's not bothering to search for her. That's my next case, end quote. March 28th is a Thursday, so he only does the early live stream. And now, on the heels of the impersonation of Lindsay Fairley scam, he says, I've been contacted by somebody that's in Dodge Correction Center on the staff side. Yeah, I will prove it to you. Yep. Next day, March 29th, 6-minute upload. Now we have a new shadow getaway driver operating the red car. That segues into the live stream, a shadow getaway driver, where he claims the phrase getaway driver gets clicks. And obviously it, meaning the accomplice, is a shadow. This is monetized under news and politics, although it's complete fiction. This is the day he sprays David Beckham cologne on the troll. He says there's nothing more he can do in the Carly Gousset case because Lindsay got a private investigator. Then moves into his narrative on the red car, little truck, big truck nonsense. Here's another sentient comment from a participant. I disagree. We didn't do anything and shouldn't be taking credit from the police, neighbors, and friends. This live stream is still available and monetized. Next is a short upload about the CWNK-J triangle, where he casts suspicion on telephone calls between NK and Jim. That moves into the final live stream upload, a triangle. Right out the chute, he's angry because people confront him about his falsehoods and plagiarism. Repeats the 3 accomplice opinion. He wants law enforcement to arrest NK and Jim without charging a crime. The red car might not be red. Monetized, news and politics. March 30th, Saturday afternoon, UK. Staff member at Chris Watts' prison reaches out to him. We've had 2 days of introduction. The con begins with the identification of a Walpen Prison Doctor Insider, claiming he's been contacted by a prison staff member. He appears to read something from the top of his desk, whether it's a phone or it has the feeling of receiving messages that he's reading aloud. In this episode, he makes the claim, quote, I have access to his files from when he was a little boy, end quote. He means Chris Watts. The Walpen Prison Doctor Insider agrees with AD's narratives. Today's YouTuber chat participant, BXNYC, is alleged to be a former inmate and used to corroborate that he has a Walpen Prison Doctor Insider. Next, for March 30th, is a short announcement that a storyteller brings on the colossal BS of his Walpen Prison Doctor Insider scam. Tonight, 9 p.m., UK time. That moves us into the actual live stream. The comments are the best part. Why would an insider from Chris Watts' prison want to share confidential information with some bloke from the south of England at the risk of losing his job? It's pure fantasy. The insider is in his head. I'm just astonished at how gullible people are to think there ever was an insider. One of the giveaways in this con, he makes the insider wait holding on the phone until participants give thumbs up to make the count for the likes go up. See, that's not normal behavior if this is real, but it's not real. It's a con. And then this alleged insider moves right into violating HIPAA. The live streamer has battery charging interruptions on his device, and he pulls the earphones out of his ears, saying, quote, "Can't do two things at once," end quote, and he leaves the insider at the other end of the connection, implied to be a telephone, not a text connection, because the live streamer said he couldn't let us hear the insider. So the insider is hanging on the other end of the telephone. Fake. Then 9 minutes later, quote, "Gonna get back to the insider who is here watching you," end quote. So this means he's got a nickname in the live chat. The live streamer must have forgotten that he left the insider when he pulled the earphones out, and he says, quote, "I'm gonna phone him or her up," end quote. This is seat of your pants theater. The live streamer also says that the insider's friend is Tammy Lee. Says the insider is inside the head of Chris Watts and knows his brain. Now, I have listened to every live stream related to the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider, and there are times throughout this extended con that a voice comes through and you can hear it recorded in the live stream, and in my notes every time I have written, "sounds like a woman," "seems like a woman's voice." I never write in my notes that the voice sounds masculine. I'll speak it now. This con gets busted, and the two channels involved flee YouTube and shut down their channels. That moves us into the Colorado Bureau of Investigation copy and re-uploads of Tammy Lee. Those are gone. And on March 31st, we have more on the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider Con, telling us that the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider risks his job for us. He's going to visit Watts in prison. He's doing a documentary on Tammy Lee. Under News and Politics, monetized. The next March 31st live stream, he's fed up with the prison interview. He's going to do his own interview. Quote, "I am now the insider," end quote. In this live stream, he makes the claim he has links to police forces all over America and links to prisons. This live stream is gone. Next, he does a non-monetized news and politics upload for April Fool's Day. Next is another short upload for April 1st, introduces Stephen Avery as the prop to continue the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider scam. This introduces the live stream for April 1st. This is the day he announces that no help is given to lupus charities. He also tells us that his son and daughter-in-law are spanners. The Walpen Prison Doctor Insider Con is performed at their residence. This live stream video is no longer available. This is also the live stream where the live streamer has not contacted the insider, but tells us the insider will be here in 6 hours on the next live stream. The next live stream for April 1st is about 9 p.m. UK. That is about 3 p.m. for Walpen, Wisconsin. What? Wouldn't the good doctor still be clocked in at the prison? No, of course not. Instead, a Wisconsin state employee would be on the phone with a UK YouTube live streamer who announces, "We do have the insider here," and who goes on about prison social culture with the federally regulated Wisconsin employee. They discuss generic prison life, the mental health in the prison, the food quality, the prison costs. So this is the Prison Whimsy episode. Emma Rose is present in this live stream, and in 2 days she will change her name to Seek the Truth and create the petition on change.org. Or we're told that. There are several people who say they wrote the petition. Then several more days after that, Emma Rose Seek the Truth will change her name to Lady Justice, and she'll work both the petition scam and the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider scam. We're told that the insider keeps his or her sanity by watching true crime on Netflix and is a big fan of the live streamer. The live streamer announces that he wants Chris Watts to call him and also tells us that the insider will remove barriers to get the live streamer's letter to Chris Watts. So now we have the beginning of the letter con, April 1st. The letter con also includes the insider purchasing 2 phone cards for Christopher Watts so the live streamer can call him on some American number for the purpose of creating dialogue that the live streamer can upload on his channel. The insider is coordinating all this, we're told. This is the episode where the live streamer presumes he can treat all his viewers as if they were wayward children. Would you all like to say thank you to the informer for risking his job yet again for you? Yeah. And give us some thumbs up for the effort we put in for you. And then you see everybody texting, thank you, Insider. Love you, Insider. Listeners, this is some great stuff. April 2nd moves us back to the Carly Gousset case. This first upload is the Melissa Gousset cash flow trailer announcing the following live stream. This is the episode where he disses Sheriff Braun and also says to people who might have information regarding the disappearance of Carly Gousset, quote, don't report to the Mono County Sheriff, end quote. He has embedded confession in the title of this upload, which was taken from the Madeleine McCann case, October 2018. In the live stream, he's absolutely out of control, very close to a temper tantrum, shouting at the viewer to pester the California Bureau of Investigation. Continues to speak with disdain about Mono County Sheriff Ingrid Braun, announces he has a language expert who will read Melissa Gousset's lips. The participants in the chat request the language expert's credentials. And this is where you know it's all a scam, because he has contempt towards any participant who wants credentials. Julie Amos, another supporting cast member, and Julie Fernandez. Both of their channels are non-content and have the same configuration. I allege they are made by the same individual. So on April 2nd, we have a live stream focusing on some sort of embedded confession alleged to have been made by Melissa Gousset, read technique material taken from another YouTube site listed there, another live stream with supporting cast members Julie Fernandez, Lindsay Fairley's Facebook friend, and Julie Amos, PhD language expert. Con after con. And these people actually believe their own falsehoods and actually believe no one can comprehend the truth, that it's all fake. Next, we have a live stream for April 3rd that introduces the California Senator Insider scam, claiming that he's receiving information from the aide, Tracy Reynolds, of a California senator. But the timestamps are off. By April 3rd, there's an 8-hour difference between Southwest England and California. This exploitation of Carly Gousset gets thwarted, and it's back to the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider Con. April 3rd. This is a Denver 7 law enforcement interview, and he interjects 14 times with gossip, imagination, and opinion. News and politics, non-monetized. Next is the final upload for April 3rd, a live stream, 3 p.m. in Wisconsin, a live Q&A with the insider from Dodge Prison. Can you believe that? This is the same day that Emma Rose changes her name to Seek the Truth and starts the petition. He says, let's see if I can see the insider's about. Let's have a look. So he appears to go to his phone, and after 84 seconds, he says, okay, The insider will join us in 45 minutes when he comes off his shift in the prison. So this is a less than 2-minute notice. And we're to believe that a man in the UK has reached a prison doctor insider in Wisconsin, USA, and he's going to come on the show in 45 minutes after he's off shift and drives home. Yeah. Next is about the credit card at the Lazy Dog, April 4th. After that is the live stream for April 4th, where he speaks, quote, "I'm dealing next week with Carly Gousset. As you know, I've got the mum working with me," end quote. I call BS. People are encouraged to sign the petition. Lady Justice is renamed Petition Lady, and the letter con, phone card con, is brought up today. And regarding the petition, I remarked before that that is about collecting names and email addresses and other personal identifying information. April 5th, the lip reader insider. Who's going to read Melissa Gousset's lips? Also, he says, quote, "got a prison worker," end quote. Backing away from the Walpen prison doctor insider, it's more believable to say prison worker. This is the day he says he works 18 hours per day on research. That means in a 6-hour period, he does everything else in his life. You see why I don't believe that? So I want to recap this grid. Only one upload remains. April 3rd, News and Politics non-monetized, a short upload where he talks over the Denver 7 law enforcement interviews. Everything else is gone. April 5th continued, a capture and re-upload of 2020's What If episode, The Kelsey Schelling Disappearance. That was monetized, but it's gone now. Next was a live stream of the KOAA News 5 live stream of a proceeding in the Frazee case. That's gone. Next is the late night UK live stream. Describes the Walpen prison doctor insider as being both sexes and mentions he has these 4 professionals helping him for free. A psychiatrist in another location, Dr. Julie Amos, the PhD psychologist, language expert, mentioned several days ago, and a male hospital worker who works at the prison, and the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider. Mentions all 4 of these in this live stream. All located in America, working for him. He gives a superficial retelling of the Kelsey Barrett case, the Kelsey Schelling case, the Jessica Chambers case, the Chinese girl, that's Ming Chen Xiao, but he doesn't know her name, and Carly Gousset. Tells us the insider will be on the live stream about 4:45 p.m. Wisconsin time. Justice Rose, Petition Lady, Lady Justice, Emma Rose, Seek the Truth, goes on a rant about the pictures. The insider joins the chat and stays for about 51 minutes. The host says he's going to let the insider sleep after a hard day at work. But it's the dinner hour. It's 6:30 p.m. in Wisconsin. In this episode, the Teller County courtroom insider is mentioned. That'll be the last time. April 6 arrives. It's Mother's Day in the UK. This continues the exploitation of CW. Chris Watts is in the title of today's episode, but when participants talk about Chris Watts, the host says, "We're not talking about Chris Watts today." So it was clickbait. Mothers, has CW changed the way you look at men? Gone. Continuing with the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider Con for the next upload for April 6th. And also the introduction of the letter phone interview con. What was that? The Walpen Prison Doctor Insider was going to buy 2 phone cards for CW, who would call an American line from the prison that would be connected to the creator of this show, who would record the dialogue between himself and CW and upload it to YouTube. And the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider was coordinating delivery of the letter, purchasing of the phone cards, and finding an American telephone number that would be the relay. This is also the same day that the good doctor at Walpen is renamed Sammy, a dual gender name. Gone. April 7th begins with a video strung together of poor resolution doorbell videos from many sources, all altered to support another one of his imaginations. This includes a voiceover accusation that the county doctored evidence. One of the comments is the best part. Could you imagine if real detectives acted like he does every time they resolve something? That's why detectives are detectives. They know how to handle chaos and drama without being the center of it, creating it. The next is another upload about the doorbell cam. Again, a comment. I do believe you should attempt to keep the smirking and light-hearted inflection from your voice, particularly at the beginning of this recording. This is a brutal, obscene murder of children, an unborn child, and their mother. Both these uploads are gone. Next, for April 7th, was a capture and re-upload of Chris Coleman from 48 Hours. It was monetized, but now it's removed. Further on April 7th, both the Insider and the Petition Lady as Lady Justice appears today. This episode reveals that the character of the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider is played by Emma Rose, Lady Justice. Why? Because we're told the Petition Lady is here, but there's no communication from the Petition Lady during the entire live stream, and the Insider remarks about the petition. The Walpen Prison Doctor Insider is in the chat room as Insider Not FBI, which we know is Blow My Whistle and Juror 13. This is about the time that the host brings up the blackened windows in the truck that's parked on the street, and he's talking about it with the Insider. This is the episode that he puts his phone up to the webcam to show the blacked out truck windows, nonsense, to the Insider, who now has changed into a prison guard, backing away from the original claim that it was a doctor. And one of the participants texts, "Why would a prison guard know why the windows are blacked out?" During another live stream, this YouTuber claims Tammy Lee from Colorado Bureau of Investigation is in his live stream, and he's called out on that. An absolute falsehood. How does the Walpen Prison Doctor Insider come to change his YouTube username from Juror 13 to Insider Not FBI? Those are two exclusive events. The host saying Tammy Lee is in the chat, and the host claiming he has a Walpen Prison Doctor Insider feeding him information about the prison. The communication with Sammy has to take place after the confrontation about the lie that Tammy Lee is in the live stream. How'd that go? "Hey, Sammy, people are saying I said I had FBI on my live stream." "Oh, don't worry. I'll change my name to Insider Not FBI, and we'll quell that rumor." So both of these narratives fall apart. Also during this live stream, the host says, "You have to take the Insider for what he is, 'cause I'm not going to prove who he is. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna." Well, you can't. We already know that. The whole thing was a scam. And where's this live stream today? Gone. April 8th is the UK's plan to censor online platforms. Very agitated about social media. Lots of rhetoric and troll talk. April 8th live stream is gone. Next upload for April 8th pushes people to sign the petition. This is a way to collect personal identifying information. Final upload on this grid, continuing exploitation of CW, talking about the pictures and pushing the petition and telling people why to sign. Lots of drama. And people don't understand that the petition on change.org is simply a personal identifying information collection vehicle. Every upload on this grid is gone. Final upload for April 8th is on the UK government censor of online platforms. He's using it to bully speak against people who confront his falsehoods, trying to instill fear that they will be found out by the police. Scare tactics. We'll see that this escalates. Livestream gone. April 9th. Two genes means a woman accomplice. The host of this show alleges that the lawyers smiled on the Dr. Phil show, and that means there's a woman accomplice. Still upset about being reported to the FBI. This is also the episode that solidifies the scam of the impersonation of Lindsay Fairley. This live stream is heavy laden with triplicate speech classic mind conditioning. He makes the claim that the prison officials are bound by the commercial petition on change.org. This live stream is gone. A short upload on April 9th, a theatrical performance about how a dog, I mean a pig, I mean a worm, I mean a scum animal bullies an upstanding, good-hearted, honorable redhead. Next live stream for April 9th is some theatrical and ambiguous petition prattle. Lots of wishful thinking that the petition will be a success. Well, yes, it will, because it's collecting personal identifying information. But the cover is that it's going to succeed in getting the pictures removed. We learn that the Walpen prison doctor insider would rather lose his job than see Chris Watts keep the pictures. And we also have a side of scam due Lindsay Fairley. April 10th, a live stream, we hear that the petition was the host's idea, together with the Walpen prison doctor insider, introduces an upcoming interview with Derek DeMasi, not realizing the lack of credentials, and the chat turns to music. 19-minute upload for April 10th, claiming law enforcement cut out a portion of the February 18th confession to hide a possible accomplice, and then the same old conjecture, speculation, and supposition. The live stream of the same day follows, where he alleges cover up, cover up, cover up, and the letter and phone cards cons are on hold. Gone. April 11th, a breaking news trailer. He calls his insiders whistleblowers. Next for April 11th, Watts will be moved to maximum security prison. The insider is inside. Watts will be moved outside Dodge unless the prison keeps him inside. More on the petition. Petitions must be registered in their county of origin here in the United States. Otherwise, they're not legal. And then the county clerk determines the accuracy of the signatures and then certifies the petition as bona fide. Somebody coming to a county clerk with a commercial change.org petition would be kindly shown the door. Petitions are governed by statutes here in the United States, not by change.org. So let's read about this petition that relates to the alleged photo that may or may not exist. Under certain conditions, signatures and other private information, including email addresses, can be found by search engines. Change.org operates a system for signature hiding, which works only if the user has an account on change.org. So who has the account for the petition related to the pictures in Chris Watts's possession? Who has that account on change.org? Makes the claim that the prison holds a board meeting regarding the pictures. Really? Let's see the minutes from that meeting. The host of the show says the insider says his position requires him to travel to different prisons. He goes round all the maximum and medium security prisons in Wisconsin. Somebody catches the fact that there are two persons in the chat with the same insider not FBI username. The host applies UK Rule 43, segregation of prisoners, to a Wisconsin prison in the United States. The host wants women to get their husbands and significant others to sign the petition. April 12th live stream, rides Nancy Grace's coattails. Final upload, taking the dog for its body function travels. Next for April 12th, connectivity issues. It's about the petition lady. Heavy pushing to sign the petition. When he goes to phone the petition lady, he says hello and she says hey, and he touched something and poof, the stream ends. Moving on to live stream number 2. The host begins talking to the insider as if he or she is in the room. 2 times I write down during this live stream that the voice sounds like a woman's voice who is speaking as the insider. The untrue statement that the pictures were taken down is spoken as if it's true. April 13th. Monetization of walking a dog, doing its biological business. Same day, upset over being confronted about falsehoods. Gone. We learn he's been reported to the administration of the Department of Corrections in Wisconsin for this Walpen prison doctor insider scam, and he's ordered to stop. Regarding the petition, he says, obviously we know all the names on the petition. Well, yeah, you're collecting names and personal identifying information. This upload announces tonight's live stream, which is gone, where he says, you can all stop calling the prison now, and the scam is busted. This live stream is where he says the insider becomes the unicorn. Now we know that Emma Rose, petition lady, Lady Justice, Justice Rose, is the unicorn. And so this is an admission that she also played the role of the insider. So he told us himself who impersonated a Walpen prison doctor insider. And then we'll do a smoke and mirrors saying, can you believe it? People are saying that Emma is the insider. Well, yeah, because she is. And where is she now? She's gone. She's fled YouTube. And where is this live stream? It's gone too, but I have it. So later that day, instead of the insider pushing the con, sign the petition, sign the petition, you have the unicorn pushing the con. Live stream gone. Jack the Ripper next on April 14th. Gone. April 15th, the appearance of Derek DeMassey. Gone. April 15th again, the title is a ruse that there will be a collaboration with other creators. And one might ask, well, how do you know that? Because he misspelled her name in the title, Mummy. If it was real and not clickbait, she would already know about it, and he would have put her correct spelling in there. But if he had used her copyrighted name, he risks getting a copyright strike. Gone. And here we are at April 16th, the day that the prison makes an announcement. The Wisconsin Department of Corrections says it has no legal basis for removing the photographs from Christopher Watts, and yet the petition on change.org is still current. So this is proof that the pictures were never the point of this commercial change.org petition. It's the collection of personal identifying information. And what does the media report call these people that were pushing the petition? Armchair detectives. I'm so glad that got revealed. Out of these 12 uploads, 2 remain. This is mid-April. YouTubers are beginning to see all the hoaxes. No uploads are made for April 17th. And then the following day, April 18th, a talking dog tells us that his dad is sick. Next, Emma Rose returns as the unicorn and continues to push the cons. Sign the petition that failed 3 days ago. Failed for its pretended purpose to get the pictures down. It's a huge success, gathering people's names and other personal identifying information. By April 19th, her channel is shut down. Continued exploitation of Chris Watts, gone. Next, the host uploads news clips of the Turpin's verdict. That's gone too. On April 19th, there's a live stream. Pretty squeamish in this live stream because the Walpen prison doctor insider scam has been busted. He doesn't talk about it anymore. And that's a direct result of observant YouTubers contacting the Department of Corrections in Wisconsin. Gone. April 20th. The first title of this episode on April 20th was USA Cops Vlog. I thought, USA Cops Vlog? I gotta check this out. And sure enough, there wasn't a single American law enforcement officer in the entire upload. And so he changed the name, which was a good thing. It was misleading. Continuing for April 20th, a removed live stream giving his spin on the Turpins. More Easter propaganda on the Turpins for April 20th. That was a Saturday. April 21st, Easter Sunday, an outdoor auto show. More on April 21st. Intention to exploit the A.J. Freund case is thwarted because the poor young boy's body is found. And then it becomes a police matter. And details about the case are now for court. There can be no more speculation. There can be no insider. Even though he announced one, the Illinois housewife person on the street. Gone. April 22nd. Desires a rich American to fund him to the USA. This is on the heels of the GoFundMe account stagnating at 162 pounds. Gone. Also this day, uploaded media footage for profit. Gone. Next grid. April 23rd, he disagrees with law enforcement in the Delphi case. Gone. Order to cease and desist speech in the Delphi case. The next live stream, April 24th, I didn't take notes on that one. Doesn't matter, it's gone. Next, for April 24th, nearly 14 minutes of a beeping smoke detector. Removed upload of more news media footage of the A.J. Freund case. Same for April 25th, gone. Live stream about the Delphi case, April 25th, gone. Order to cease and desist speech in the Delphi case. April 25th is WLS Chicago footage of the A.J. Freund case. Gone. Same day, a live stream swirls up his subscribers to start cyberbullying people who are speaking up against the exploitation and the lies. April 26th, due to lack of comprehension about the laws of the United States of America, he complains about how public safety is administrated here. More on the Delphi case, gone, because there's an order to cease and desist. 2 uploads that day about the Delphi case, gone. Then he does a live stream about the Delphi case and claims that he finds shadows. That's gone too. April 27th, attempts to exploit Kelsey Barrett. It's all about getting justice for someone again. That sounds good, but that's a cover. Upload gone. Same day, April 27th, claims to have pictures in the A.J. Freund case that, quote, they don't want you to see, end quote. He's bringing up that same ruse he used with Nicole Kessinger, the video they don't want you to see. The next 2 for April 27th relate to the Delphi case, a video upload and a live stream, gone. Turns to exploitation again of Kelsey Barrett, says there are more suspects. April 28th, 2 uploads on the Delphi case, gone. And April 29th, live stream on the Delphi case, gone. April 30th, there's a news and politics upload, continuing exploitation of the Watts case, the Monday plan, followed by the live stream, a what-if scenario. But can you imagine him ever saying, I speculate that he had a Monday plan? No, he'll use the term what if, just like the Anadarko security guard did with the Friday, August 10th plan. He used the phrase what if. Jumps on the bandwagon of the non-existent appeal on May 1st, monetized, then uses an image of his mother as clickbait and her emotions about a non-existent appeal. That one's not monetized though, but he does have it in news and politics. Making these claims in these uploads, demonstrates a lack of knowledge of the criminal justice system. More than that, he uses this subject matter of the appeal, and where was that sourced from, to push his wild speculation about an accomplice.